Welcome to Comic Emporium, Panama City, Florida's most seasoned comic haven. But hold your horses, it's not just a comic shop, it's a treasure trove of pop culture collectibles, with a side of Lorcana, Magic the Gathering, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games. Whether you're a tabletop game enthusiast or a cosplay fanatic, we've got a range of weapons and miniatures that'll make your inner geek squeal with delight. And for the painters, we've got a whole rainbow of colours for your miniatures, models and terrain. Don't forget to roll the dice on our selection of math rocks and dice bags. And for the RPG lovers, we've got a library of Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder and more. Come on down to Comic Emporium, where you can play your favourite card, tabletop, war and RPG games until your heart...
In some countries.
In home country, I am dwarf.
Dwarf.
In Russia, I am Phoenix.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Candles and Coasters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are at the beginning of the end. This is the final chapter of Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. As always, I am your DM Alex, and with me are the Coasters. Say hi, Coasters.
Hi.
Coasters have begun this chapter at level 11 with full fate pool restored at a total of 11 fate die to roll, which they're going to need as they have been forming plans behind the scenes, not thinking that I'm going to turn them against them. But as I've told them, no, go ahead, please. Whatever it is that you have in mind, you're going to need it, because there are no long rests in this chapter.
This is our last batch of fate die, too.
Yeah, this is your last batch of fate dice. This will probably be the last time we see Darrow and Reverence and Astral and Sai and Durin and Layla. We should also be seeing some familiar faces in the form of Vitus and Zeal returning to game here in the next couple of sessions. But yes, like I said before, we have about 3, maybe 4 sessions left to finish this game out, and then we are going to have a chance to do a Q&A where you will, as our fans, get a chance to talk directly to our party members here, ask them questions about the game, and we'll do our best to entertain you for a little bit. And then after that, we are going to be moving into a new system referred to as Shadow Dark, which will be run by Dustin, who plays as Vitus Redblade and Dragonlance, and who played as Torn, the Minotaur heavy rocker bard in Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And that's going to be starting here in probably a month. So yeah, we're going to be doing that soon. Other than that, again, we are coming from Panama City's oldest comic shop. This is Comic Emporium. They has been hosting us since we began this whole journey 2 years ago now. Yeah. Almost 2. If we get by August this year, we'll make 2 years of doing Candles and Coasters. And so we definitely want to thank them. They got a really cool piece in. So if you're watching at home right now, you're going to see what I'm about to put on the screen here. If you are a Star Wars fan, if you, it doesn't matter what Star Wars you like, it doesn't matter. We're not going to get into that. What we are going to get into is something that I think everybody can appreciate, and that is this beautiful helmet that has come into our possession here. This is the Darth Vader helmet, and it is signed by the actor that wore it, David Prowse. And we have it here on display in the store, and you can also see right next to it, you can't see it in this picture, but if you come into the store, you'll also see a Boba Fett helmet that is also signed by the actors who wore the Boba Fett helmet or played Boba Fett in the movies. So very, very cool stuff. If you are interested in taking this particular piece home with you, it does come with a price tag that is not entirely ridiculous. It's actually under $1,000 for it. So yeah, you could actually own a piece of Star Wars history right there. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Just some of the stuff we got going on here at the shop. But you all came here for one reason and one reason only, besides to see my beautiful face and the acceptable faces of those at the tables, with the exception of Sai, who's always lovely. We are here to kill this party off for good.
What the fuck? Come on, man!
Okay, it's fine.
Jeez.
Dara's like, as soon as you guys aren't looking, I'm out of here. I'm done. Bye. Enjoy your siege or whatever. Have fun storming the
My
castle.
stress snacks already.
Yes, stress snacks already. Stress snacks all around, everybody, because buckle in. It's a rough ride going forward. At the end of last session, what we had was the City of Lost Names on Yari had been activated by Belafeon, and unfortunately the magic within the city could not hold the whole city up, and it crumbled to pieces. That's what everybody else saw. However, Astral only saw the divine power of Paladine summoned through to smite this evil city back into the earth where it belongs. Anyways, this is great fun. However, the city has fallen apart, and the coasters are on their way back. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So here we are. City has crumbled. You all have, like I said last session, you used the tunnels that you came in to escape. As you do so, you do see that Demelin and Fertala have left. They are not in the city any longer, but you do not feel as if they are in any sort of danger. You think that Demelin did exactly what she said she was going to do, and has taken Fertala to the Towers of High Sorcery for training. As you enter back into the northern wastes, the battlefield is lined with bodies, strewn with them. Everywhere you look, you see dead Draconians, you see dead Red Dragon Army soldiers, but you also see dead Kalaman soldiers. You see the earth has been blasted with dragon fire. You can tell that while successful drawing the army off and allowing you to accomplish your goal, they took heavy casualties. And the ever-present reminder is the giant flying citadel, or not citadel, but giant flying temple in the sky that represents everything evil in this world. And you can tell it is, how far away is the new flying castle? So as the new flying castle is, it doesn't actually say in the book, it just simply says too high to reach. So yeah, too high to reach. That is the measurement we're going with.
That's awfully convenient.
Awfully convenient. Hey, I didn't write it, I just read it. And yes, it continues on its slow but inevitable path towards Kalaman. Following the trail of destruction, you come across many more dead bodies. You continue to travel. At this point, you have the ability to summon mounts, to travel by magic, whatever it is. I want to throw a rock at it. You're able to travel by any means necessary, including your own 2 feet that you have available. You may also, if you choose to, you do have a spell of gate available to you that you can use.
Let's go to Fiji.
Is there any chance of us catching up to the rest of the army?
Between you and the rest of the Kalaman army would be the remainder of the Red Dragon army. You are on the backside of it. If they are to detect you, it would be a slaughter.
So getting all of them back. We have a choice. We can attempt to aid Derek and the men. Make it all back to Kalaman, or we don't know how long that's going to take while this citadel flies to the city. Or we go back to Kalaman and give them as much warning as we can.
The second one.
As hard as it may be, Derek and his men know the risks. The people of Kalaman do not, and there are many innocents there. My vote is to go to Kalaman.
But don't we need to help the army get back so they can protect the town?
So
The whole army was not sent on this mission.
Not to mention my ship.
You said
With-
ship, right?
All of my crew that could also help.
So we know Soft and them are gone
Yeah.
because they're on there.
Yep.
We do have a dragon with us,
Mm-hmm.
and we could, in theory, come behind the Draconians and just fireball them and Durin arrow them from
There's-
behind.
There's too many, Doran. We can't, as many as we would be able to take out, and I don't deny the chaos that your
Just
arrows
pour it.
can rot. There is no way that we are going to be able to impact that number sufficiently to get all of Derek and his men out. As far as the army of Kalaman, the full army of Kalaman still remains in Kalaman. This here is a small contingent.
I mean, we can do a flyover and just keep going.
Do we not, are we forgetting
They have dragons
all
too.
the dragonels that were flying with them?
And dragons.
Mm-hmm.
They have real dragons
There's like
too.
real dragons too.
Yeah.
So there's one there and there's one there.
I mean, I
Yeah.
get that, but we also have a Dragonlance that we need to break into.
Okay, so, best case scenario, we go and we wipe down the Red Dragon army within a couple of days.
Oh god, that's chill.
By that time,
Let's chill.
whatever is flying that thing has already made it to Kalaman and they have no word.
Chill.
Worst case scenario, best case scenario, Derek and his men survive.
Do we have
We
any?
get back to Kalaman and give them a heads up.
Kalaman's the city I fired the giant cannon. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not really sure they're gonna want to see me.
It's not
They're gonna
about
be
that,
happy to see
Doran.
you.
They'll want to see all of us.
They're gonna give you a
Do
cannon.
we know how many people the portal will actually transport, or the
Mm.
gate?
You think it's going to transport maybe 6 of you?
That's awfully convenient.
I was hoping it would transport more.
Like a whole
We could get to
It's
the
a posse.
we could get to the army and the ship and just transport everything all at once.
Is it possible to? Is there a way to magnify the spell, make it bigger?
Mm-hmm. It's tied to an item.
Would people of Kalaman even believe us?
Yes. You think
Oh.
because you
They
were
sent
sent
us.
here.
They sent us.
Yeah. Specifically to
Mhm,
find
to
out
deal
what they're
with this.
doing and put a stop to it.
So, Leila, we cannot ask you to leave your ship.
I can't. Let's leave your ship.
It's got cannons on
You
it.
can't leave the ship.
You-
We know that you can't leave your ship.
Yeah, and how many people on that ship that could also help
Yeah.
is the
Okay.
main thing. The whole crew, like
The
crew.
number of people in your crew are not going to save the entire city of Kalaman. But you cannot leave your ship, we know this. But we have to get back to Kalaman as fast as possible to give them a heads up. Your ship cannot travel that fast. unless your necromantic Raven Queen can do something about that.
Now, does anybody have any magical ability to send messages where you might be able to get, word to your people on the ship to say?
I gave mine up because I could speak telepathy and I lost that, so nope, I don't. Does anybody?
I only have the one that goes, is it a mile?
Yeah, our earrings only go so far.
Anything like that?
So there's no other way, no like
Yeah.
animal messenger, anything like that?
I don't
I am-
unfortunately have.
Yeah, I can't.
No.
The closest thing I could think of would be. Let's see here.
From here, how long would it take to travel to the ship?
If you go from here, it says in the book 5 days.
So,
Oh,
we
wait.
have to communicate. We have to
What
find
you
a way
got?
to communicate.
Yeah, sending is unlimited range. I can send 25 words or less to any creature with whom I'm familiar.
So maybe a member of the crew?
Travel with them for weeks.
Yeah. You tell me exactly what to say, and I will tell them,
In 25 words or less.
yeah, and we'll make sure they know. Is that okay?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to read one of my spells.
That's okay.
Because I just got a new one and I was seeing if it would
Dragonlance
work.
approaching from
Arcane
direction
Gate.
approaching from.
Okay?
It's saying it's 500 feet though. We're way further than that,
Yeah,
aren't we?
you're way further than that, yeah.
This one's unlimited. It's just 25 words or less.
Yeah.
Sending.
Yeah, just tell them, to head to Calaban. To head back. We'll meet them there.
Captain Layla
Mhm.
says to head to Kalaman. What was the end?
With the ship, that's important.
With the ship.
I don't know
that's
how
fine.
else they.
With the ship.
You might
We'll
want
meet
to
you
we'll
there.
meet them there.
And we will meet you there. Done.
New phone, who this?
Good lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
wouldn't you say
somewhere-
I am with osmosis now?
Hopefully, specifically, I don't know, can you target specific people?
Yeah.
That is the
Okay.
idea. It has to be
Like
somebody
target.
she's,
Yeah.
Okay, so she
Yeah.
would have met the
first mate.
Yeah,
First mate, yeah.
the
The
first
executive
mate,
officer.
so definitely
Not
to the first mate.
The cabin.
First mate.
Okay.
No, I bet you Layla does have a cabin boy.
She has,
Probably more than one.
yeah.
That works.
We weren't gonna talk about that.
So we have the communication to the ship.
Mhm, yeah.
Do you want to send a message to Derek to let him know what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
Mm-hmm. 25 words or less. Remember that thing we did?
I've got something to tell you.
Yeah. Hope you're good. It's big news.
You have to take it back. I have important news to discuss.
Yeah,
with
we
you.
need to
Good
talk.
Daddy Derek. Yeah. We're headed to Kalaman. We're headed to Kalaman now. Contraction. We're one
Yeah,
word.
We
yeah,
are, yeah.
I'll give it to you.
We're headed to Kalaman now.
You just
Stay
said.
safe.
We ought to be Pizza Boy.
I have
Out
faith
of big
news.
reason.
I'm gonna do that
Mhm.
and send it to him.
Okay. So when you send messages, do you get any sort of like indication that it has been received, or does it just simply say, pick somebody you're familiar with and you can send them a message?
Nope. It says, they can answer immediately if they want to, but that it just they hear it in their minds suddenly and they know who it's from.
Okay.
And then they have an opportunity to reply immediately, but other than that, no.
Okay. So you send your first message to the first mate, and you get an immediate reply saying, "Tell Captain we'll meet her in Kalaman." And you send your second message to Darrett and get no reply.
Uh-oh.
I tell Layla.
He may be too busy.
Yeah, he is.
Why are you gonna say it like that?
Every time.
That's fucking rude.
He was running for his life.
That's what I meant.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, yeah.
He's busy fighting away, you know, injured, broken, and then suddenly in his head, Daddy Darrett, going to Kalaman, hope you're cool, love your face.
Yeah.
Me up on the way, like-
All right.
Thinks he's having a psychotic break.
Message is sent.
So, now, here's the thing. We can go now safely.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
If you
Oh,
want to
and
brave,
Dr.
if you want to brave the army, we can fight through, get to where Darrett is, and then exit to Kalaman, take as many as we can with us
Sorry.
as an escape. But there's a risk.
Mm-hmm. It's gone further.
What do we want to do?
I'm gonna look for the shadows.
What? Huh?
Did you drop a
My
pretzel?
sister and Shine.
Oh, she dropped one of the tiny die.
Mouth is full of morsels.
Oh,
Aha.
no. Oh, the metal ones?
Yeah, going forever. That's what I said, it's going forever.
That's gonna be,
Ah!
yay!
Good job. Alright, so what's the decision?
We're on.
Are we gating to
Do we want to
Kalaman?
We're going straight to Kalaman?
I'm following
I
the
thought that's why we sent the messages, because
Yeah.
if we were going to
Okay.
the army, we could help the army get to the ships to
Kalaman.
get to Kalaman with us.
Kalaman.
I'm following the
Alright.
consensus of the party for once.
Oh, wow.
We'll see how long this
These
lasts.
items
We will.
Out the gate.
Okay. You see the docks of Kalaman suddenly appear in a shimmering portal before you. The city looks much like when you left it, but even from this side of the portal, you do not see the hustle and bustle on the docks like you should see at this time of day. In fact, you see what appears to be a lot of people moving very carefully, always looking over their shoulder. There seems to be a lot of tension within the city right this moment.
Okay. Everybody goes through, I'm assuming, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
As you step through, you are suddenly taken from the noiseless northern wastes into the crowded and life-filled city of Kalaman. The noise hits you at the same time as the sights and the smells, and just suddenly being back amongst all of
It's a stack of gelatinous cubes.
Ah.
being
Sorry.
back amongst
Sugars keep
amongst
getting
the individuals. Yeah, med's not working today, is it, hon? Nope,
No.
sure isn't.
That's okay. We'll tell the doctor on Monday.
So yes, you have arrived once again back inside Kalaman.
Didn't exactly miss it, but
Question, am I going to be needed for any of this talking stuff? Because if not, I can get to the forge and start making stuff.
You know what? You should go make
I think
stuff.
that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
go make stuff.
I don't-
Anybody argue?
I don't,
I really think sending him off by
everybody needs
himself
to be
is a good
available
idea.
for the forge. It may
Okay.
be something we need him
Yeah.
to work on specifically.
Okay, valid,
Yeah.
valid. Just hang with us just for a little bit, and then if we don't need you for something specific, you know, you have our blessing to go
Maybe
to
you
the forge
can
and
use
do
the
whatever it is
I'm
we
going
do.
to pull out a little
castle.
fidget toy to
Make baby forges or whatever.
Make
Durin
what?
does now.
Yeah, Durin, as you step into Kalaman, you are surrounded by
Guards.
James.
the
Wow. Lord.
welcoming sight
Did I
of
bring
many
this?
individuals who
I don't think I did.
you could definitely improve their lives by providing them with little baby Durans
Checking my notes.
everywhere you look.
Oh no. We should
There's a
teleport
rabbit.
straight to the
There's-
castle. You know what?
Just hit them all, man.
I'll do you.
Can I see the look on his face?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's licking his lips.
Ah.
He's looking at every single
Creepy.
person, and he was like, "You, 10:30. You, 11. Bring a
Like
friend."
a
Ah.
Something for his head.
Oh, for his head. Well, I have an empty bag.
Yeah, I grabbed
Okay.
that bag and I put it over his head.
That ain't gonna stop
I'm
me.
not trying to stop you. I'm just trying to not have you
It's only gonna
distracted.
help
We
you.
have to get to the castle. We don't have time for this.
You're just trying to make this a little bit more
Yeah.
challenging. I like it.
I'm not trying to make it challenging for you,
Wrestling
Dorian.
blind
What?
Lock in, man. We have a giant.
I am
city.
locking in. I'm trying to repopulate.
That dog, it just,
You're not going to be
Yeah.
born by the
Even with
time
the
the
code.
Citadel gets here.
That's valid.
I can work really fast. You don't know.
The Citadel.
No, we don't.
The Citadel?
We don't have time for this.
I
That's what it was. A
don't.
temple,
Temple.
castle, whatever it was.
The flying thing.
What do you want to call it, Layla? Hmm?
Citadel,
Oh my lord.
fortress.
Bastion of
Layla.
necromancy? Is that what you
Oh
want to
wow.
call it?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Home.
It
So.
was, I believe, I thought a temple, but okay.
Of course you would call it the temple.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's not your god doesn't mean it's not a temple.
It's not your god either.
I just thought it was an Aaron slip up. When we
That's
Are
where
you
it's like.
sure it's not?
Right now.
Confident.
I was
Awful
like, you're not
shady
DMing
over
right
there.
now. We're not fighting the Citadel.
Now you have once you've arrived and everything, you're looking around. You're in the city. One of the big things that you notice is when you were first here, the place was pretty well spaced out. You know, it wasn't very crowded. There were sections like the market areas, the places you would expect that were very, very crowded. And even when you were looking through the portal, like I said, it wasn't that hustle and bustle. But as soon as you step into the city, you do see like there are a lot of people in here. And you see now you're starting to pick up that there are people camping on the streets, in alleyways, just anywhere. And the population of Kalaman seems to have tripled since you've been gone.
They don't need any more
More
population.
refugees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not letting
Taking-
them, they're not making them sit outside the gates.
So it seems like your message before you left didn't fall on deaf ears. You actually have received, they received it and have embraced it, and there are people everywhere. The problem is though, there's just not enough space, not enough resources for all of these people. And you look around and you can see smoke rising in every direction. So other than that, you do see that the city guard is fully active. Everywhere you look, there are guards on the streets. And you see some like accosting individuals. Do with that what you will.
I will speak up on that when I see
Okay.
it. Officer, we have bigger things to worry about than this right now.
As soon as you make your presence known, as soon as your group is seen, just suddenly appearing like this, guards come from all over to surround you, and they're not in a hostile way, but they're all clamoring with questions. What did you find? Where have you been? It's been too long. We haven't heard from you.
Listen, we'll have plenty of that, and that will be forwarded down from Vitis once we go to see him. But this, what you are doing now to these people, we have bigger things to worry about. We need to try and wrangle them in and get people into the fold. Do not ostracize anybody. We need everybody on the same side right now. Everyone. Figure it out.
The guard that you're speaking with, he looks at you and he's like, "You don't understand. They're in the city. They can look like anybody."
Yeah. Makes it tough.
All all the more reason to pull together. This is exactly what they want you to do. Have everybody distrusting one another, fighting from within. Keep everybody together when the fight starts, and it's coming. You'll know who's on the Kalaman side and who is on the enemy side. We will take them down when it is time. Until then, everybody is on the same side. Do not let them tear us apart. We lose if we're tearing ourselves apart.
As you say.
The
You
enemy
should
will
report
show
to the
themselves.
marshal.
We're going now.
And Commander Vitus.
Spread the word to the other guards.
You've already seen people leaving. Like the word is getting out.
We stay together.
So you have a contingent of guards that have surrounded you and are marching you towards the castle. As you do, you are gathering a crowd of people. People calling out, asking for the welfare of loved ones that went with you on that trip. They see just you, and they're, where are the other ships? Where is everybody? Where is so and so? You know, and you're pelted with questions and people crying, begging for information. And the guards are doing their job. They are keeping the crowds back as they continue to gather. And by the time you reach the gates, there are just tons and tons of people waiting for information, begging and crying for information from you. Yeah, you make it to the castle.
I'm gonna walk with the Dragonlance. I'm gonna have it ready.
Okay, so you have the Dragonlance out as you're walking in, and so word of that begins to spread as well, and you can hear people, is that a Dragonlance? They're gone. She has a Dragonlance. The Knight of Salami is wielding a holy relic.
I am a holy relic, bitch. Sorry. That was me, not Reverend. Sorry.
You.
The medicine's not working. I'm telling you.
You reach the interior gate.
Yeah.
And you are met by a familiar face.
Which one?
Silver.
Silver!
Yeah.
And as he's standing there, and he looks grim, but he's happy to see you as you approach. And he looks around. He's like, "Kids."
Graduated, in a manner of speaking.
I'm boo-hooing.
You're so beautiful.
It is
Oh, my
amazing what
lord.
one adventure does to an adolescent.
It's amazing what war will do.
Good lord.
I see that.
Glad to have you home.
Glad to
Marshal
be here.
Vendry is meeting with the council now. I'll take you from here.
Yes. I suppose I should
Silver,
still salute. You are still out drinking me, I suppose, yes?
I haven't had a drink
If you wanted
in
to.
a month since the Red Dragon Army surrounded us.
What do you mean, sir? Oh, they're not here now, though.
No, they're outside the walls. They've taken over all the land surrounding here. They're based out of Vogler now.
Yes. Well, more is coming.
And here I thought you were bringing me good news.
Mm.
In a manner of speaking, I am.
Is that really Dragonlance? That's something. Follow me.
Did you do your shield check?
Hmm?
Your shield check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you approach this familiar conference hall and its large round table has seen significant repairs since the last time you were here. Marshal Vendry and Lord Becaris sit at the table, along with various bickering strangers who wear the colors of Kalaman guilds. Opposite the door, a woman in simple clothes sits in the governor's chair, watching the proceedings with uncertainty. Marshal Vendry sees you, stands, surprise clear on her face. You've returned. Everyone, silence! Silence! The hall goes quiet. Please, tell me you bring us good news.
We bring news.
We got the Dragonlance.
That's the good news.
Yep. Let's start with the good news.
That's amazing. We can use it to finally turn the tide. But why do I not see more of you?
We only have one.
Where's Derek?
Derek is still fighting. He and his contingent bought us the time necessary to get the lance. I understand that the Red Dragon Army has surrounded and taken the lands around Kalaman.
Yes, we should talk in private. If everyone will excuse me, please. I need to speak with them. And she moves to take you guys out. And Lord Vicaris stands. And he says, absolutely not. Whatever they have to say, they can say in front of all of us. We all have a vested interest here. Whatever intel they have may be necessary to save everyone, not just your precious pets, Vendry.
Can I punch him in the face?
You have the lance.
Yeah, Lord.
Lord Vicaris,
Yes.
Punch that.
I understand you, as much as anybody else, has invested a lot, and you have lost a lot in this war.
I have.
You understand the risk that the Red Dragon Army poses?
I do. More than anyone here, in fact. It's what I've been arguing for. We need to stage a counterattack immediately. We can't let these dogs be barking at our gates all night.
That is stupid. And foolhardy.
You would know.
Yes, I would. With the information that we are sharing, it is better to keep it the smaller amount of ears, the better.
Valid.
Well, then it should be here. All of these people speak for their people. All of these people feed the people in the city, provide them with places to live.
And that is your role. What we are here to discuss is not your role. You have no jurisdiction in the matter of military. You have no idea how to lay a siege. You have no idea how to defend one.
As you say that, an evil grin creeps across his face. And he says, well, as a matter of fact, I do have say, as I am now head of the Kalaman Guards.
I look at Gendry. Is this...
Vendry looks at you and says, by council vote, he is now head of all military operations.
What happened to Vitus?
Vitus is in the field. Lord Vicaris sent him. Vicaris smiles. He says, well, of course. He's one of our greatest fighters. He commands the respect of Cudgel and her fighters. In fact, he commands the respect of all those that serve under him, and they would die for him. So why wouldn't I put one of our best generals into the field?
You're right. Master Vicaris, you're right.
I know.
If you would, sir. Sir, an inscription that we have found on a shield. Would you mind reading it for me? What do you see?
I see no inscription. What is this?
I just need to see what you see, sir.
I see a shield. Where is the wording? Is it on the other side? Show me.
I am showing you.
You show me nothing but a picture, sir. Why are you wasting my time?
Of
Just what is there? Alex doesn't remember. Doesn't see the words though.
those,
Never happens to DMs.
yeah. So
But
not loyal to the Red Dragon Army, he sees a shimmering moon. Loyal to the Red Dragon Army, then he would see a crimson moon.
Yeah.
With the words.
Yeah, he sees no words though.
He sees no words.
That's the part I could remember. Is there no words?
I see a crimson moon with words.
I'll kill you, Daryl.
Yeah.
So I said,
I'll be
fair
back.
enough. So,
So report already. Where have you been? Where is the rest of the army?
I do not recognize your authority here. And I'm not going to report to you.
Vendry, would you tell him, please, to report Vickery reluctantly gives you a nod and gestures and says, please, everyone, give me everything you've got. We need it.
Fine.
What about you, Layla? Have you foregone your piratey ways and found loyalty to the people who have been taking care of you?
They're on their way to help.
Naturally.
We decided to jump from where we were instead of helping the army or grabbing the ship to come warn you guys and inform you first. So
Glad
let
someone
that
had
be
some
your
sense.
answer. How's that?
Master Dwarf,
Yeah.
why do you have a bag on your head?
It's better to keep
You
it
know
there.
what?
Yeah, why didn't we
You
take
know
the bag
what?
off of his head?
You know what? You know what? We should take the bag off his head.
He
They
could've
should have a
been
chat,
entertaining,
and we can move on. They could have a chat. We can move on.
I currently have a bag on my head because I've been told
I think you should show him the smolder.
that
Oh no.
I have a way of peering into the souls of those I see and finding them irresistible as they find me irresistible. So I am putting a bag on my head to prevent this from happening. Now, if you would like me to take this off, it would behoove you to understand what consequences that will come from this. I'm only giving you this warning as a courtesy.
By all means, take the bag off. Let us see this.
That before you ask him to take the bag off, Doran is a master craftsman. Is there any projects that are currently being worked on that he could be useful in your doing?
I don't know. Suppose we need to hear your report, and then we can find out where best you are useful.
Okay.
I am
You
useful
asked
in a
for
great
it.
many ways. So I will remove my bag, and as soon as I lift up the bag, I give a very smoldering gaze into them, as if like my lashes just.
All right.
And then it's like the
Hit us with
sparkle,
that blue steel,
just like
sir.
just the sparkle and the glitter. I was like,
Magnum.
There it is.
There it is.
it's just the beard
One of
shining,
the
glistening.
one of the guild members gasps audibly
I know.
and starts leaning in.
No, my
Oh, I
lord.
like him.
No.
Just
I'll
let
see you
it,
tonight.
let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Just no.
Nope, let it go.
This is not the
I have the ability to enchant anyone that I look at.
Oh, love.
Consider me enchanted.
I also have the ability to
Enchant.
guarantee
So be enchanted.
Quietly.
fruitful children to anyone I lay.
We may need that
Oh, my
in
lord.
days to come.
I'm willing and able.
None of the children in the
Well,
city are going to
yeah.
be able to breed because they're going to all be related.
Yeah, but are you
They will all be royalty!
I don't even know what we're supposed to
And
do.
you,
Tell
knight,
Frostwind on you.
herald and scion of Paladine, carrying a holy relic.
Who is this talking about?
Lord Vicaris.
Oh,
Tell Frostwind, computer man.
Ispin's successor.
The hell?
I know, right? Those fighting words.
All right, Lord Vicaris. Your authority in this council, in this court,
Will be respected.
will be respected, but so will we.
Have I disrespected you?
You have disrespected her, and I won't stand for it.
Are any of the things that I have said untrue?
Yes.
I'm not his successor because he lives.
The hell?
What?
Oh,
What?
Did I not tell you?
Nope.
He's a curmudgeon old man with beard.
I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you because he's been so busy and there was so much fighting and we had to stay focused.
You could booty call your boyfriend at any point in time to let him know, thinking of you, oh, I may be having a baby, but you couldn't say, hey, Durin, your godfather is alive.
No, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I actually forgot that I could send messages like that until today. So,
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
we're
so
good.
sorry.
We're good. We're good.
We are not good.
All together.
You know what? You know what the good news is here,
Don't
Durin?
need this right now, guys.
Durin?
Or
Darn.
the Karis just sits back with
You know
that
what? You know what the good news is
sick,
here?
amused smile on his face.
He can rewrite your
Is
book
this-
for you, bud.
Only to you.
Just glad to see some things never change.
It's okay. He can rewrite the book for Durin. He'll be okay.
What level is Vicaris?
I'm not telling you
What
that.
Preacher level?
What level?
Preacher level?
Not telling you that.
She's like, I want to know if this spell I have will work on it.
Yes.
Right.
So you could send a message
Oh!
to Ispin right now.
Okay.
I'm getting sidetracked.
But here,
Hey.
nonetheless,
Does she know where he is or just that he's alive?
there's no need to speak on her family.
Okay.
You want to address her? You know her name. Speak her name.
Oh. Sir Reverence, Knight of the Rose, I believe.
Keeper of lies and secrets.
Stop it.
I mean, I'm kind of waking up at this point.
It's good to see you representing the Knights so well, even amongst your close friends.
If I cast, is anybody gonna, in real life, be mad at me?
No.
You can't do that.
I can't do that. Just kidding.
I mean, we do have limited spells because
That's
we won't
valid.
have another long rest.
Yeah.
And you would kill him, but then you can ignore it and Reverence wouldn't do that.
That's
But
true.
that's
Reverence wouldn't do
player
that.
knowledge.
I
not
was not going to
character.
murder him. I was just gonna make him grovel a little.
That goes
You're
against
not
the
wrong. I don't think Reverence would do that.
code, Or goes against the measure.
Yep, she wouldn't do that.
If he smarts off to Sai, that might be different.
He's just an
He's just
asset.
ignored the Kinder the whole
I
time.
know he does.
I have done
Ayla's
what
not
I
about
thought
punching somebody for you.
was best in the situation we had, which was not an easy one. And we're here to help now, so maybe you can stop whatever this is, and we can move on.
I've been trying, but nobody seems to want to tell me what's going on. I've asked for a report. He said, no, I'm not giving you a report. Vendry says, please give them the report. Still, you guys talk about other things.
We would like to talk to Vendry alone first.
Well, that's not going to happen.
You know we live together.
Good lord.
Here's the thing.
Tara's very quiet.
You cannot make any of us talk. And we don't trust you. And we don't know the rest of these guild masters, and we appreciate what you have done for Kalaman. But we are going to hold fast, and we are going to make our report with as limited number of people as possible. Vindri will discern the information. As whatever. She will send the information down to what she sees fit and tell everybody what they need to hear. And that's the way that's going to work. You don't like it? Too bad. But that's the way that's going to work. With all due respect.
All due respect, huh?
No word.
Vicaris turns to look at the woman.
What woman?
The woman that's been sitting there this whole time. And says, Governor, it seems that the heroes that Kalaman sponsor wish to no longer share in the benefit that this council provides the city. And as such, I think that they should be allowed to speak to Vendry privately. And while they do so, Governor, since they do not want to inform us, the council who feeds your people, protects them, this council will cease herein all activities to help the refugees and provide for them until we have been given a report that I am satisfied with.
That is a backwards fucked up thing to do.
You say that?
You're
That is a
I'm
really willing
thing to do.
to let your pride get in the way of your people.
My people? No. Turn that sentence around, pirate. You 6 are willing to withhold information from the council because you don't like me.
And Vendry says
Lord
what?
Vicaris.
Vendry says
Sorry.
nothing.
Sorry, stop talking.
She stands by quietly.
Lord Vicaris, it is not you from whom we choose so much to withhold. It is that in a time of great stress and in a time of great upheaval, as you are more than aware this is, we are being asked to give the latitude to give a report to a smaller number of people. There is absolutely things that we may not be. None of us wants to get emotional around a crowd of people, dude. And I'd like to pretend that we're not going to, but honestly, we've seen some really interesting stuff.
And so
Kids
have we.
came back from the dead.
Well, we have seen death and nothing but.
You're not wrong. You are more than right.
Such is war.
And
Which I am trying to help, but you refuse.
Not refusing.
No. You just want to cherry pick what information this council receives.
This council did not nominate us to go and find what it is that we found.
You're right.
So
But
we
Vendry has
report-
already asked you to give information, and she did.
Let's go.
Yes. And we are asking for a little bit of grace here.
And I've denied it.
If that is what you choose,
It is.
that is fine. Master Gendry, where can we speak?
Governor, this council, we will wait until you have come to your senses. And Vendry, I hope this meets your satisfaction. Just remember that everything that follows is your fault. And the council all stand to leave.
How many in the council?
The council is 8 plus Vicaris.
And they're following her and Vicaris? 6 people are
Uh,
following her and Vicaris?
8 people.
We
Yeah,
asked them to
You
leave.
said,
It's 8 plus Vicaris.
8
okay,
plus
so
Vicaris.
7.
9.
So 9, total of 9. Governor does not
Okay.
count, and Vendry does not count.
Okay. That's more freaking people. Why are they doing that?
Well, they were asked
We
to leave.
asked them to,
We asked them to leave.
Astral asked them to leave.
Why, yeah, but why didn't anybody? Okay, never mind. What I'm saying is they're all obeying,
Vicaris.
right?
Yep. He is the
Because they
elected
elected him.
official
They
of
elected him.
this.
Whatever.
Politics.
Before he listens, I'm gutting him like a goddamn fish.
So,
In the middle of battle, it'll look like one.
when
Dragonlance.
Vendry
Get
is, when they've all.
Yep. It is you and Vendry and the governor. And Vendry turns and
Who is the governor? Do we recognize her?
Vendry turns and says, Governor Thrin, I'm sorry for that display. Vicaris is passionate. But these people here, they've proven that they have Kalaman's best interest in mind. And the governor looks at Vendry and looks at the rest of you and soft spoken. On behalf of Kalaman, I want to give you my thanks for the sacrifices you have made. It has been a trying time since you have left, and I have been elected by the city to be the governor. I have relied heavily on Lord Vicaris's ability to manage, and also Vendry to temper what Vicaris wishes. To be quite honest, I don't feel I'm ready for this seat, but the people need someone to believe in. And Vicaris is not of Kalaman, so it falls to me. And
Madam Governor,
Thren, please.
Thrin, pleasure to meet you. I am Astral. I am not of Kalaman. I am not of Kryn.
I know all of your stories. Vendry has told me everything about you. I think that you're heroes.
Well, if what we have to share can yield a survival for the city of Kalaman, then that will be a grand story to tell. We are in wartime, Thrin. During these times, it requires strong leadership and sacrifices. Vicaris may be a very charismatic man, he may be very well passioned, and for all intents and purposes, I can't even say that. I've never seen him take an action that was selfless and was not motivated by something for him to get in some way, shape, or form. What he is proposing to do in times of war typically would be illegal. You cannot withhold services, you cannot withhold food, you cannot withhold these types of things in the middle of a war. Kalaman is under siege. We need the people to stick together. And without...
I have to tell you, we are currently under martial law here. So, in typical times, what you'd say is true. The Lord Vicaris and the Council, they have full power to do as they need to.
And that includes harming the people of Kalaman by withholding services. That's not...
If they deem it necessary for the benefit of the fight, it is within their ability to do so.
But you just heard him say he is withholding not because of anything regarding resources for the fight.
Well, I did also hear him ask for information that
Yes.
he would be able to use to help benefit, and with you not providing it, which I'm sure you have very good reasons for not providing, you see he is doing what he is allowed to do because he's withholding resources because he needs something in order to be more efficient or defensive, and this is just one of those ways that he gets it. It's not the most good thing a person can do in his position, but it is within his right to do so.
Well, if you are allowing it, then that is fine. Before we get started, same thing. And I brandish the shield to both Vendry and to Thrin. Please tell me what you see.
Both of them say, we see your shield with the shimmering moon.
Okay.
Do you speak for everyone?
I'm not speaking for everyone. It is... Things need to be said. We're coming straight from the battlefield. They lifted the cities.
What do you mean?
Onyari, an old city, ancient city. They found a way to activate the old magic and rise it into the sky. They were planning on flying it here, but we took it down. There is a section of it though still flying, and it is heading this way.
Well, how many of these flying temples, citadels, bastions do they have?
They just have the one.
Can they make more?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, how does the citadel fly?
It would fly in the same manner that they lifted the entire city. We have an idea. There are flames that it's a magical flame that harnesses the magic within it and then allows it to rise. Old magic.
Oh gosh. And it's headed here?
It is.
Well, how can it be destroyed?
I don't think it's a matter of destroying. We need to snuff the flames.
It can't be
Bring it
destroyed.
down.
How can Kalaman stand against a fortress that soars over the city's defenses? Our walls are what have protected us. And you're saying now that they have a way to just go over them?
Just skip over the dragons and all that.
Yeah, the dragon.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about the dragons, do we?
Well, if they're worried about a flying city,
But they need to be prepared
Getting
though,
into the
too.
sky. Getting into the sky has never been a problem for them, Governor.
Well, now they can
They have
just...
dragons.
They have dragons?
They have dragons.
Dragons?
Multiple.
But you do too.
No, we don't.
You have one.
Yeah, you do.
And
Get
we
one.
have a dragon and a lance. We're good to go.
You'll be fine.
Good. Well, if that solves that. We have a dragon, I guess. You are very small for
Don't
a
make the
dragon.
face. Don't make the face.
And a single dragon lance. Well,
There's only one Dragonlance here.
I mean,
If it means anything to you, we've gotten fairly proficient at killing dragons. I think we've killed 3, 4.
I mean, these beautiful scales didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, we're getting good at it.
well,
And that was
oh,
before we had the dragon lance.
That's valid.
That's great, I guess.
But
Governor, there's no way for us to evacuate all the people from this city.
there is
Because there's
no-
no
best-
evacuation. We're surrounded.
I know. The best that we could do at this point is for you to equip yourself as much as possible. The best that can be done is for us to make sure that we get everyone on the same side, that we don't allow infighting, that we don't allow, withholding of food from one group from another, because everyone is going to need their strength if we are going to make this through.
Madam Dragon, if I may point out something to
Absolutely, go for it.
you. It seems like the only withholding was done by you.
That's fine.
We've already told
So
them
it
that
seems
as-
kind of hypocritical for you to tell us that we should not withhold when you yourself are withholding.
We said that we would like to speak to you first, not that the information would be held.
Here's the thing. If we go ahead and we had told the entire council that there's a flying citadel headed this way, along with dragons and dragonels, and that the Red Dragon army does not need to lay siege by foot, who knows who they tell? And before long, you have a mass panic in the entire city.
So how are we supposed to, the 8 of us, how are we supposed to prepare without telling other people? They are in charge of the military forces. They are in charge of our resources.
Here's the thing. Leaders do not lead because they are born to do it. Leaders lead because the people allow them to.
Like Lord Bacaris is allowed.
Lord Bacaris does what he does because people believe he can.
Isn't that what you just said?
Yes.
That would make him a leader.
He was not appointed by the military.
Well, in a way he was, because he was elected.
No, he was elected by the council members who don't have any say over the military. They chose him for that role. The military follows Vitus, which is why he sent Vitus out.
But Vitus follows him.
Vitus does not follow him. Vitus does what Vindri tells him to. And Vindri told him to.
Vendry,
What do you mean?
I was voted out. Vitus respects the chain of command.
He's a soldier.
That can help you.
She's a soldier.
Yeah, that can actually help. you be able to say any?
The politics of
You be able to
Kalaman.
without the shields.
At the end of the day,
Mhm.
when the dragonfire is soaring down, and dragon hills are crashing into the walls and into the city itself, no one's going to give a damn about your politics. They're going to be looking for leaders on the ground. Vicaris will not be there. Speaking amongst the men, talking with the men, the ones that you are going to be relying on to throw spear, pull trigger, those are the men that are going to be leading. We can talk to those and get them prepared, and they can talk to the people within the city that they trust and get them prepared, the ones that are not going to spread mass panic.
Vendry interrupts you. Master Astral, I think you judge Vicaris with what you knew. But Vicaris has led many successful raids since you've been gone. There have been casualties, but he has pushed back the Red Dragon army several times, leading from within, right on the ground.
So,
Seeing how I haven't said anything. Madam Governor,
Mm-hmm.
My, what lovely eyes you have.
All right, I'm waiting.
as I'm doing my smaller,
Oh, God.
are you willing to
Yes,
vouch?
whatever it is.
We'll come back to that later. Are you willing
Multiple
to?
times.
I'll follow through on that. Are you willing to vouch for this man to cover, protect, shield your city? You say he's had a very heroic present. We have had not such a great past with him. Are you willing to vouch for him and say that he's willing, that he's changed, that he's become a new man, so to speak?
I can't speak for the man he was, only the man he has been.
those words can be read by those loyal to you.
Then I would say, if you are willing to believe
If you don't see the words,
him for who he is
you're still
now,
loyal to the Red Dragon.
Uh-huh.
then I believe we at least owe
So
it
he's not a bad guy. He's just an asshole.
to give him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. I will stand by the decision that you guys have laid forth. We do have I can't speak for the rest of them, but I can say I do have reservations. But I'm willing to trust in the leadership that you guys have chosen, because you guys, like you said, you've seen him in action. We have not. If you guys are willing to vouch for him, then I am willing to follow. However, I only will do so at the behest of the council standing behind him, moving forward. We don't have a lot of time to prepare the city.
How long do you think we have?
A week, we estimated?
Maybe.
As the crow flies, I would say 10 days max.
Oh.
At best, I would say 7.
That's not long. That's not long, and we've just sent the council out here, and now they're boycotting. They're refusing to serve the city and the people within it, and
Oh, listen.
we have flying death coming our
Okay.
way.
I think you broke the bank, Governor.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
this is the reason
I'll
why
press the
I
governor.
say
There.
you are more than welcome to share this information with whoever you wish. We are giving you the information. You disseminate it down to who you wish.
Vendry, bring them in, please. Vendry walks to the doors and opens, and there's the whole council standing there with Vicaris in the front, with that shit-eating grin on his face, just waiting. Come to your senses, have you?
Have you asked for aid for any of the other cities?
Unfortunately, communication has been difficult. The Red Dragon Army intercepts all types other than magical. Magical messages have been sent daily on the hour requesting aid, but what we're hearing is all of Kryn is under siege. So we are on our own.
I am going to, before all the information is coming in, as they're piling through, I'm going to ask each of them to look at the shield.
They all give you the same answer.
Good.
Vicaris returns to his seat and says, please, proceed. This council would love to have all of this information. Now in Vendry, if they leave anything out, we expect you to fill in. Go ahead, Sir Reverence. Because we know a Knight of Solamnia would not lie.
As you said, the Red Dragon Army is,
I was talking to Sir Reverence.
and I'm speaking on behalf of the group of forwarding the information.
Well, we know you are not exactly the best person to speak right this moment, as you nearly cost the city of Kalaman all its support. I think we'll hear from the Knight.
So,
I'm gonna kill him.
Turn on the sizzle.
you are willing.
Dwarf.
Oof.
Shush.
Oh, no way.
I'm not
Need
like
help?
I'm not like you. Hold up.
Well,
Do you want
You
to
gonna do that? You gonna do that charisma roll?
Do you, this is,
Oh
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
you're not. Not
Turn on
now.
that sizzle.
Come on, not right now.
D100, hold on.
While he's rolling, is it
You
okay
and-
if I say something?
You and Vendry.
To the view.
Are you?
Playodic, thanks for the raid.
yes, we are being
Sorry,
currently
we were-
rated. Thank you so much.
Deep in Sirius, but he broke it with a
Are you
roll.
reaching for a weapon of any sort?
No.
He's gonna turn on the smolder. Come on.
Yeah, cool. I'm Seer Smolder.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to
Yeah.
convince.
Yeah, I feel like
all
you
of
now know
these
what's
council
happening too.
members.
Yeah.
Stab me or
I understand that at this current time,
Dwarf, you're still talking. I told you
Yep.
shush.
Yep. Here it is. Yep.
The Knight is going to
I'm
speak
waiting.
now. See, we can trust the Knight because the Knight will tell truths, even uncomfortable ones that no one else in your party seems to know.
okay, that's 84. Okay.
Please fill us in.
Telling you, start crying.
well, you know we're fighting an army.
Yes, we have been fighting an army. Yes.
Us too.
Oh, good.
Huh?
I took that as we.
We. And they are coming within 10 days. A big,
Now, how in the world are they supposed to get from the northern waste to here in 10 days?
If you would shut your mouth, you'd let her finish.
they have dragons.
I'm gonna grab Astral and just drag him to the side for a second.
You're gonna have to make a strength roll.
Old, long thought lost magic.
And you've seen these dragons?
Yeah, we've killed some.
Wait.
What's that doing?
Oh, so they must not be that
What's that?
difficult then. Are we sure they're
Oh,
real
what's that thing?
dragons?
No,
What's it
they're really powerful.
What's it
And I slip forward and kind of like lean on it on the Dragonlance.
Oh, I
and
see.
How big is it in here?
They have a flying
Citadel. Fortress. Castle.
tower.
Temple.
Perfect.
A flying tower, you say?
Yes.
Ah, how many of these do they have?
Just the one.
Can they make more?
No,
No.
we're not that I know
Ah,
of.
good. Well, that's... How does it fly?
Old
I
archaic magic.
have no clue.
Ken, the Kendra speaks. I have not asked.
How big is this room?
I have no clue.
Sai.
I don't know how they
Sai.
make it fly.
Sai, please tell me there is some ancient oil.
And,
You just eat people because you like it.
I suppose it's headed here.
Oh, now you want to
Please.
eat
Just want to
people.
do it.
Now you. How big is
Well
the
then,
oil?
master heroes, those who have survived the wastes, those who bring back a holy artifact and say claim to have killed multiple dragons. How do you destroy such a thing, and why haven't you done it yet?
You son of a bitch. They lifted the entire city.
Uh-huh.
The temple is what is left.
Oh, I see.
We got the city did not.
And we decided to come to Kalaman to give you as much notice as possible.
We did.
Rather than continuing to fight alongside the other heroes of Kalaman that came with us.
So we stopped a massive force
And
from coming here.
all we just left the fight, and you are just pressing that button.
Want to know how big the room is?
You know, we've been in the fight since you've left.
It shows.
Should. I myself have taken the field several times, successfully. So in that, you and I are brothers.
Ooh.
We are not.
Reverence gags
Until
a
we
little
take the
bit.
floor, until we take the field of battle together, we will not be brothers. Don't disrespect the brothers that I have made in such a way.
So you saying you've been on the battle?
Yes, several times.
So would you be? And I'm using charm. I'm doing this with them. Are you willing to give us a demonstration of the prowess and the wonderful skills that you have cultivated through the battle? I would love to see you have a one-on-one sparring session with. Astral.
If I was going to do a one-on-one with anyone, it would be with the pirate.
Well,
Yeah.
that seems to be a very open challenge, and I believe
Oh, okay.
Layla would love to do a demonstration to see how wonderful this would be. And
Does this mean?
It's an honorable duel.
It is an honorable duel.
Why not?
so I'm gonna do a persuasion to see.
Honorable, okay.
Which is what?
Because
And
she
that's-
You're gonna roll the persuasion and say, do it.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's I'm gonna use guidance
I
too.
feel like no one
she rides on the back of the horse. They gotta protect her.
know how
That's a
big
17
What?
on persuasion to see if he's willing to do a
Not that you don't-
one-on-one.
You have
Howard.
to protect me.
Whoa.
Well, yes,
Whoa.
reverence would think.
It's the hardest one.
Whoa.
He looks at
She's
you.
never been hit at all.
I know
Here's
that.
your words.
I know that. Larry knows that.
Looks at Layla
Reverence.
and is like,
Part of protecting those that we love and are responsible for is a
when this is over, you and
There
I,
we
we
go.
will come together for a one-on-one.
Nuh-uh. Gross.
No.
They will not.
I await the day.
I just want to know how big the room is.
Clear your schedule, honey.
In the meantime,
Honey.
I'm also going to talk to the rest of the council in this
Do we
room.
need to wait until this is over? We can do this now.
Council, whether you choose to believe us or not,
Oh, we believe you, 100%.
Wonderful.
We've seen what we've seen, and I believe that the knight would not lie. I don't believe that the knight is capable of lying or withholding the truth for
We
very
don't
long.
believe so either.
So you shall have the full support of Kalaman.
It's wonderful.
And in fact, we can use your expertise.
I've got banish.
What is happening? Calm
Right.
down. Calm. Wait. Wait.
There's all kinds of violence.
we have 10 days.
Vendry,
He's just
Vendry, see that the heroes are tended to, rested, fed. See that their armor is shined, polished, repaired. See that their weapons are sharpened. And this council will convene again once the threat is nearer. But until
Whoa,
then,
whoa, 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 whoa.
we have many, many preparations to make now that we know that they are flying. We can no longer pay attention much to the ground. So we shall close the city, fortify the gates and walls, and prepare all those within to repel a aerial assault. Yes.
If I could be so bold.
You cannot. Thank you for your time. Please
Pretty sure.
Please go ahead and find rest, heroes. We shall spread word that the heroes have returned, and it will bring hope to the people of Kalaman. That is what you wish, right?
No.
You don't wish to bring hope.
Honestly?
Despair, then, traitors.
Despair.
Have the
I
Kinder
only
arrested and muffled.
Done.
Okay.
Bet.
I think you meant
Done.
muffled.
I don't
It
care.
doesn't matter how big the room
I
is.
don't care how big the room is. Done.
But
You can do it.
I am. No,
Okay.
no, 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 no.
Are you guys the baddies?
Hold, please. We're about to be.
Support from the
Matter.
house.
I'm not withdrawing. I'm fortifying.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. Bye.
No guards actually going after the Kinder, right?
Billy Triple.
We're just checking. We're just checking.
No guard is good.
We
Actually,
know what we're doing. We need to know what we're doing.
Guards have appeared, but they look uncertain.
How big is the room?
She's like, tell me how big the room is.
Just need
You can
check.
you can fill the room, but there will be no room for any sort of movement, including your own.
Get off me.
I'm gonna ask the
But
governor.
there are windows.
Yeah, there are windows.
Don't do it. It's going to create a panic.
Yeah, think of the people on the outside for once. I'm actually being logical. Governor,
People are not going to know.
is
you.
there a forge a private forge that I could occupy?
As a matter of fact, there is. One of our leading military engineers has been turning out siege weapons. I think you would find that that is the best place for you. It is.
I would like to go to the forge, but at the same time, I have the measurements of the peak party, so I will.
That is very helpful. But you've traveled so long and you've not rested in some time.
I will rest when it is time to rest.
When they're all
I would
dead,
say-
then we rest.
I
Thank
must
you.
make Goon 2.
I would say you should rest while you can. We don't know when our next rest will come.
You're not
That's
wrong.
fine.
You're
I
not
will.
wrong.
I will.
This
I
is the
will.
last rest. Take it.
I will build a cot in the forge. I will go to the forge and start creating. I must make Goon 2 and must make the rest of the preparations.
Alrighty. You are ushered out. Vendry walks with
Don't
you.
touch me. Don't touch me.
And the doors close behind. And as you're walking, Vendry reaches out, I think, to Astral and to Sai in a show of fraternity and says, I hate that man so much.
Do we need him?
We do, unfortunately.
Are we sure?
At least until this is over. And then,
Then I can gut him like a fish.
I didn't hear you say that.
What if? Okay. I mean, I just feel like you could just lead a whole army if you were shown to have a dragon, but that's fine. You do you.
I have
Let's do it.
a personal request.
Maybe.
And I know that this is
No good.
selfish.
No. Alright, what's selfish, dear?
Word of my nephew.
Talk to the keeper of secrets.
You ask about that.
Yes, it was my only family here. He left, but he's
Darren
not
was
with me.
fighting in the field when we left. He was still fighting.
So he
He still
lives.
stands.
He lives.
To our knowledge, he still stands. He is fighting. They were being overrun, and they were making an escape. But I have seen the miracles that Darren is capable of. Paladine will not let him fall.
Of course, he's not gonna fall. He has the necklace
So,
on.
rest assured, keep your faith. His sword still swings, I promise.
I'm afraid it'll be months before I see him, and that's if we all survive this.
That's the spirit.
Well, I'd prefer to keep you all within the castle if that's okay. We've had incidents within the city. We're certain we've been infiltrated. I have the guard on high alert, looking for anything suspicious. But
So
there are
distressed.
shapeshifters.
They sow distrust. They make it so you fight amongst each other. This is the classic tactic of the Ash. You cannot allow them to succeed in this. We have to stick together. The enemy will present themselves, and when they do, then we kill them. And that's it. But only when they present themselves. We have to stay together.
Have they sectioned off people that they believe are part of the Ash, or they're just treating part of the city like less than?
It's hard to say. There's so much to keep track of down in the city itself. And Vicaris and his guards, they're doing what they feel is best to protect the city. I am not sure if our prisons are full of actual shapeshifters, and the numbers within are numerous. It's
The numbers within are numerous.
So-
it's full.
Okay,
I have
so
a
they
way of
have been
discerning.
imprisoning people.
Hmm.
So we have 10 days.
I have a way of discerning.
Well then,
Well-
perhaps we can put you to work.
I can help with that as well, beyond just the shield. If you've told us about the shield at this point, I think you did.
I did not.
You did not?
Because
Okay.
if you guys ever were to, then they would have your memories too, and I haven't told anybody. You just know that
Yeah.
there is something special in the shield that helps me to see.
Have gained a new ability recently. That'll help.
So,
I'm going to be in the forge for about 10 days.
Okay. So you'll be in the forge, forging away. Layla and Astral, you will be spending that time sorting through the imprisoned.
How big is the prison?
Fairly extensive.
Okay. So it would probably take a couple hours to probably get through
more
all
than
of
that.
them.
It's gonna take
No, it's going to take a couple of days. Yeah. When you finally get in there, the press of bodies is
I mean
immense.
to walk through.
Oh, just a walk through? Yeah, about maybe a couple hours to walk through.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a few days worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that leaves Darrow, Sai, and Reverence. What are you guys doing
For how long?
for the next couple of days?
Sending out daily messages to Derek. Yeah. Him too?
And will you check on the ship too and see their coordinates and make sure they're well upon the way?
I'll check in on the ship and I will try
And
to
if
reach
they
out.
had picked up any stragglers from the army along the way.
Communication dude. She's on comms.
Yep, she's
Trying
on
to reach
comms.
out to Ispin,
She is our Overra.
Yep. Please and thank you.
And-
Sorry.
taking
I don't have
You
spells for
haven't
that.
gotten information yet.
However,
Is that what you mean by reaching out to
I
these
didn't think
people?
I'd be that far apart.
taking candy and fruit and stuff to Layla and Durin and apologies. And spending time with Sai and Astral and Darrow, trying to keep everybody's spirits up.
Okay, sounds good. Sai, what are you doing?
Sai actually will be taking a number of different animal forms over the next few days in her attempts to get any information on who none of us trust Vicaris. We have a history with him. So different days I will choose if the council is meeting or if I feel like he is meeting with someone, I will be choosing snakes or rats, just anything easily can get around in here.
Awesome, I got you.
Thank you.
And Darrow.
I'm going to spend time doing a couple of things. One, I'm going to try to contact the criminal element in this town and turn them towards good in making sure that food is distributed evenly throughout the city If it is being given too much to one section of the population, it needs to be redistributed amongst all. Then I'm also going to find them gnome engineers, and I'm going to give them a few ideas about multiple stringed big giant bows that fire multiple javelins and or darts or big arrows. And then I'm going to put them together in a room with this forger I know.
To put runes on them.
So that they can be set up around the city and they can just shoot in the air. Those are the two things I'm concentrating on.
Excellent. Okay. So let's deal with all of that before we get to this next part. To begin with, Darrow, you do make contact. You know where to look. You know who to talk to. And how do you go about convincing them?
I'm just going to tell them, siege and war is always profitable for typically the underground. And basically, people are going to be happy to have the food, and they're going to forget that they have, silver and gold. And
So you're authorizing them?
oh, I'm not authorizing. I'm just reminding them of these simple facts of life.
Okay. All right. Well, they take it as authorizing.
Yeah,
Hey, what do you know about that?
Uh,
If they make me sign something, I just sign it, Lord Vicaris.
all right.
That's great.
So over several days, you see the results of that as, sure enough, food does get spread amongst the whole city and not just specific areas of the city. You also find that the blacksmiths in the area who had signs out that say stuff like "weapons out of stock, sorry and good luck," now have restocked signs out as people are able to arm themselves.
Good.
The other thing that you will pick up then is rumors within the street. People are aware that there is dragons have returned to this fight, and that there is a flying citadel coming this way. So someone somewhere has blabbed, and there is a lot of anxiousness. You also find that Lord Vicaris was true to his word and has closed all of the gates. There is no one entering or exiting, and he has closed the harbor as well. Guards are posted on the walls and at the gates and at the docks more than within the city. They have ceased looking for strangers and shapeshifters within. They are now fortifying. That's what you find with yours. Durin, you go to work with Rubeldust, the individual who invented the gnome flinger, and he is glad to see you, and he wants to show you something that he was working on before, that he wanted to keep secret until he was ready. But he brings you into his workshop and reveals a masterful construct in the shape of a dragon. And he gives it an affectionate pat, and as he does, you hear like the inside seems to be filled with some sort of liquid. And he goes, "Behold,
Thank you, sir.
my newest invention, the boiler drac. It is an all-terrain construct. It can fly, it can cross even the most difficult of areas, and it can belch flame in a 60-foot cone."
You, my friend, have outdone yourself, and it is a masterful craft.
Thank you. I am very proud. But this is not the only thing that I have.
Ooh.
Oh.
See, also, I have something even better than that. Even better than the gnome flinger, which they have now changed. And instead of being a mode of transportation, it's used as a tool of war, which I feel is just an absolute bastardization of what I have created.
I agree. But what else have you created?
But, allow me to introduce you to
Yes.
the Fargab.
Fargal.
The Fargap,
He
okay.
brings out this large backpack thing with these large trumpeting, like sort of tubes out, and he goes, "With this, you may communicate with anyone who also wears a Fargab over any distance, as clear as if you were standing in front of them."
And how many of these do you have so far?
I have created 6.
Better than
That is
one.
very good.
That was way more than I thought.
We can distribute
Right?
these to different places across the land so that we maybe will be in constant contact.
It'd have been funny
You,
if
sir,
said one.
All of us are waiting
are
for
a
one
genius
moment.
of your time.
Thank you.
I was waiting for 2.
Thank you. I just want you to know all of this is copyrighted and patent is no longer pending. It is actually patented. It's mine. It's all mine.
Have you ever been to the Dwarven Kingdom?
I have, in fact, Silver Peak Mountains, which they're very helpful there. Definitely have prime material for my newest inventions.
Well, as the heir to the Silver Peak Mountains, I will definitely welcome any of the creations you create there.
Marvelous. Well then, when this is all said and done and this nonsense is over and we can all go back to our normal lives, you and I shall enter into a magnificent partnership.
I agree. Now, if you can excuse me, I have to craft a great many arrows, some new armor, and I must create goon to...
I see. Well, my forge is your forge.
I shall
I
use
don't know
it.
what Boon 1 was this chapter. Shotgun.
No, I know.
Okay. Then to Astral and Layla.
Boon 1.
You spend several days combing through the prisons, and Astral, on the first day, you find well over 30 Draconians hiding within the prisons disguised as individuals. And they are quickly dealt with. Those that you clear are released. On the second day, however, everyone in there all sees a shimmering moon.
Where's that around?
Huh.
Or at least, that's what they say.
Okay.
So they already know. They all did. Her perception. Moon. Shimmers.
No, this one's going to come in handy for...
And for Layla, what is your ability?
I'll be casting True Seeing.
Oh, True Seeing.
Yeah.
True Seeing. That's such a
it-
lovely
It
spell.
lasts for about an hour,
Hmm.
so I will be able to walk and actually see who is not who they
Marvelous.
appear to be.
Between the two of you, then.
She doesn't see me during that hour, right?
I don't know where yet.
As soon as
He's
he
hanging
heard
out with
you
a criminal
casting, he
element.
was like, "Gotta be somewhere else."
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
No
would
one
have
needs to
waited
know I'm the
until we were
doppelganger.
down in the jail. I would have made sure that I used as much time as possible around where I needed to be and not waste any of it.
Certainly. So between the two of you, you
If-
show individuals the shield, and there are those that say things like, "Oh yeah, absolutely, shimmering moon. Yep, see a shimmering moon there. Nothing
I'm
else."
just walking down going, that one.
Yep, and she's
that
going,
one, that one.
"That one." You're like, "This one."
You have 100,
And
120 feet.
after several days of this, you are able to empty the prison of all of the innocents. And you have a mountain of, well, no, you wouldn't. You have killed a mountain of Draconians, easily 100 that were captured. But easily 1,000 innocents were also captured.
Good.
Okay.
Say, don't
Now,
release
one of the
them.
things that I would like to do is apologize to the innocents before they are going, and I'd like to make a persuasion check to each one of them to volunteer and help the guard, seeing that they know exactly what it is that we're going up against. It is no hard feelings to them. It is circumstantial, yes, but seeing as you have witnessed what it is that we're fighting up against, we need people that we know we can trust.
Sure. Give me a persuasion roll. Actually, make it with advantage because you're the reason they're free.
The dirty 20?
Dirty 20. Absolutely. Everyone that you speak to pledges their loyalty to you to serve the guard.
Awesome.
Okay.
So that's another 1,000 added in.
If we clear them, and if I go walk out in the city, I'll do the same on any additional days to kind of help
But yeah,
catch any
in
out in the
anything.
city as
the
well.
idea is to like try to get them
So this,
to conscript them.
so your guys' actions are going to take up the entire time
That's
before
fine.
we get to this next
Yeah.
part. Sai,
Yep.
Sai, with your sneakiness,
Yep.
very sneaky.
Yes.
They have underestimated your sneakiness.
Of course they have.
Give me a reason to kill this bastard, please.
You attend several council meetings. And in the council meetings, you hear all the things that you expect to hear. In fact, you hear all the things that you would want to hear. Bakaris and the council making plans to protect the city, directing resources, setting fortifications. They consult where weaknesses are within the city and put extra troops in those areas. In some of the private meetings between individuals, Bakaris is placing paid mercenaries in key areas with instructions that if that area looks like it is going to fall, that they are to detonate dwarven black powder to close that area and prevent any sort of breakthrough.
Great.
Yikes.
Great. All right.
I'm not there.
You're not. I am
I know, right?
not doing any. I am not going. Sai is not going to specifically like try to do anything with that information at this point. What she is going to do is she's going to every single night, all of the information she's gathered within the day, and she has 2 shape changes a day. So if at some point things get hectic, she needs to whatever, take a break, write notes, whatever, she will do that. But she is going to spend most of her time going back to Reverence and giving Reverence reports because Reverence is working basically as our communications officer right now. Reverence?
I didn't hear you. I was arguing with
that's
Astral.
no, you're good.
I-
I wanted to make sure you hear what I was saying. I am spending, so every night as I'm finishing my reports, every night as I finish listening to everything going on, or if in the middle of the day, if there's been a lot going on, whatever, I'm going to bring reports to you. I'm going to come to you and give you the information about what's happening specifically about these places that he's sending these mercenaries and things.
If you have the actual places,
Everything that I have.
Yeah.
Everything that I can understand.
Yeah.
If they leave things out, obviously I'll still maps test me. I don't care, I'm a Kindred. And also I don't care if I'm a dragon. And, you know, I'll just tell you that they gave them to me. And you'll believe me. Because, you know, why wouldn't you? You know, whenever we want to believe things, we do believe them. So, but I would be bringing, because Reverence, I know really we're letting you do most of the communications work. So I'm going to try to bring that stuff back to you and let you get it to the right person to get something done about it. Whether that's Darrow, whether that's speaking to Vendreth, whether that's speaking to, like, whomever, I'm going to bring it to you and trust that you would know what to do with this, though, because you have some military experience.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah. It's what we've been told.
Yes,
Like, dear God, oh my God.
I do.
Or you can find Darrow and ask him for help. I don't know. Sai is going to be spending her full days, though, getting all this information, trying to get, you know, any maps, anything like that, any information, anything she can to try to make sure we know what's happening and make sure we don't lose entire parts of the city.
So, the last thing from you before we move on to Reverence
She's like, you're gone.
is I need just a luck roll. It's just a d20. Tell me what you get.
I would like to help with that.
You cannot.
Oh,
No, no, thank you. No, thank
I'll give you one of my luck points.
you. Okay,
Hide.
please.
Fate die. Gonna use.
I was gonna say, might be using a fate die, guys. Shit, I don't feel like anybody would be mad at me for that. So
Not
listen,
at this
nope.
point.
Get it, good luck.
Do it.
Good luck.
Well, you don't know if you need to roll high or low on this.
Hi-oh.
What you got?
At 11.
So you're right in the middle.
Right in the middle!
Right in that bell
So,
curve.
just, extra anxiety for me. It's fine.
Great.
Can I add anything to it?
Nope, that is just a straight luck
They're
roll.
fluffers.
Yeah.
So
You know what? Do
you
what
find
I
out no additional information,
You know what? It's fine.
which you may have wanted.
Find out that they're out of printer ink.
It sounds like I didn't get caught either, though, so.
That is true.
She's learning.
You didn't get caught, but you didn't find out something. All right.
rude.
Now we go to
Oh, fun.
Reverence. Reverence, you're on comms daily,
Yep,
sending messages.
yep.
You send to the ship.
Yes.
The ship, after the first time you've done it,
Yes.
the first mate is a little more comfortable with the idea of somebody suddenly speaking in his brain.
What's his name?
First mate.
Johnson,
Number
right?
Johnson Jeremiah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
The real Jeremiah Johnson.
Oh, I
right
have it
there.
written down. It's been a really long time.
This is why I didn't take the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Randy. Ryan?
That
Randall.
guy.
It's probably got an
He's an
R.
elf. It's a really, really weird name.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, why? How come just not Bob or
John
something?
Jacob? I don't know.
Well, I didn't write it down. Alex gave it to me, so I didn't pick
Dang
the
it!
name either.
Robert.
No, but did I write it?
I mean, you said that he could respond immediately after you sent a message.
So,
Christopher
while you look it
Columbus.
up,
Secondhand Jeremiah
this
Johnson.
individual, first mate,
First mate, not second hand.
yep, definitely not second hand, that's the cabin boy.
First person.
All right, so Reverence, you send
Yeah.
messages. Messages come back that the ships that you left at the Dreadwolf Cove, they have been joined by the elven crew that was there at the Blue Phoenix Shrine.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot of people coming back, but there are members of Kalaman's army that are returning on those ships. The elves are using some sort of magic to speed the crossing, and you are told that they should be back much faster than the
Great.
trip that you guys took.
Well, I share that.
You reach out to Derek.
Yeah.
Your messages go unanswered.
He's just ignoring
He's
those
busy.
text messages.
I mean, you did tell me he has a baby coming, so.
He needed to talk about something.
You reach out for Ispin.
That. I'm gonna cry.
You get no response.
Look, Ispin
He's busy doing his fun things.
was a character, so I figure he's not answering me because he's gonna be like,
That's a
surprise!
prank.
You know, yeah. You know, show up one day and fall from a rafter or something and do the
Yarkle.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yarkle.
You're
Yarkle.
He's gonna go through a door.
Yarkle.
You got
Good
her.
job.
I didn't name him though.
So I'm not too worried about
you
Ispin,
are.
but I'm pretty sure
Yep.
Derek's died and I'm not
You had
gonna
an R.
lose my shit
Yeah,
about it
it's
at this
weird
moment.
spelling,
I'm just smiling
too.
extra hard.
Pronunciation is not my
We're not
friend.
gonna cry about it in the middle of a war.
You cry in commercials.
Well, you know that
Is
you
there
know he
anybody
was
else?
a knight. You know he fought. He fought for you. He fought for Kalaman. He fought for Ispin and for Vitus and for everyone else. I mean, he did his job, and he led heroically.
We wouldn't have the Dragonlance if it wasn't for him.
You wouldn't have your children returned to you.
See that one.
So,
That's supposed to make him being gone better? Because
well,
I mean,
that's a shitty
He
thing.
did his job.
there was other soldiers with him, though, that
There's
you
other
could
people that
also
died, too.
potentially try and contact as well to see if they are just
I'd have to know
alive.
them personally.
But we were with the army for a little bit, wouldn't we?
She didn't get to
potentially?
know any of them.
She spent
Nobody
time
else.
with
She ain't
Derek.
spent nothing. Yeah, she didn't
Yeah.
hang out with Derek.
I guess we'll give this a luck roll.
Oh.
She was with
Let's
Derek.
do a D20. Let's see if you knew anybody else in that army.
Okay, Jesus. He says this one.
Not that one.
That's a 6.
Do you give her?
Want to use a fate die?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you might.
You really didn't actually even remember
Samuel Johnson.
anybody.
Jeremiah's brother.
To you, you know, they were just background, faceless individuals.
That's fair.
Dang.
Lots of background
Wow.
characters, man.
That's cold.
Oh, do you mean
That's not even
NPCs?
me.
Reverend,
Talking about me.
Listen,
Why
guys.
are you doing that?
Reverend says she has some main
If they're
character
not
energy
nice
over
and
here.
Shit, Reverend,
Y'all
that's
calm down.
cold.
Reverend said she has main character energy. Like,
Yeah.
leave her alone, okay?
That's cold.
Yeah.
If you're not a
I'm
knight,
going
you're
home and
nothing.
I'm taking my toys with me. Taking
Okay.
the toys.
That's cold blood.
Going home.
It's that main character syndrome.
So there, you have all of that information. All of you have done the things you're going to do.
Sure are.
Oh.
Things with the
Oh.
things.
What?
Oh.
What now?
She
What?
gave me
Huh?
information. I'm not sharing
Yes.
it with Darrow because I feel like he'd be like,
Sounds
casualty of war. And I'd be like, well, you're a dick. 'Cause I feel
Actually, I
like,
would say, so you absolutely know all those buildings would be, like, have people in them?
right, and I'm not here for that sort of,
Negativity.
So you're gonna tell Astro, and Astro's gonna be like,
No logic.
all right,
yeah,
I don't agree with it, but he's not wrong.
no.
No, okay, but hang on. What are you going to tell me? Are you
I,
bringing it to me?
yes.
All right, what are you going to tell
If
me?
you tell Darren,
Yes.
Darren's gonna be like,
my
Excuse me?
Paladinian brother,
Yeah. Sister
Um,
in Shine, what can I do for you?
that they are setting up these places to be blown up if it seems to them that that area might fall, regardless of who might also be there.
Mm-hmm. You don't like this?
No!
Okay.
You
We're
wanna
just gonna
kill
cut
people
California
because you
off
think
the United
it
States,
might
guys, it's
possibly
fine.
Okay,
fall.
and I agree with you. So why don't we?
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know which areas these are?
yes.
Yes.
If you know the areas if you know these areas that are potential,
Yes.
let's go to these areas and let's evacuate those areas. Just get the people up out of there. Move them somewhere else.
Is that possible?
I will.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Why'd you say it like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I know. That's exactly how it was.
Guys, I
Now,
see.
You still have to
see?
convince
Here's
the
the
people to
thing.
go.
Here's
You
the
have to
thing.
give them
Yes.
a reason, and then somebody's gonna report back and say, hey, all these people
Here's the
suddenly
thing.
left this
We're
area.
going to go there and then we're
And then
going
that's
to-
gonna reveal Sai.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
That's why Sai got such a low roll.
Yeah, get these people out of the area. That's gonna look my
The
suspicious.
logical
It's
reason
gonna
that
crowd.
would stop
It's gonna
getting
create crowding in other
You'd
areas
be
too.
able to stop getting
Yeah.
information.
When
Build a
she-
copy
And we
of the
still have to
town.
do.
What they could do
So
would be to get rid of the black powder in
Oh,
the
old
area.
man Johnson's
Well, that was
red
my
we
other
don't want to
thing.
get rid of the black powder. What his plan is actually good. You just don't want the people to be hurt.
Right, and we can't get the people out of there, so why not get rid of the black powder?
If we get rid of the black powder, then we lose the defense,
Okay.
and that's that.
That's my whole point. We're gonna kill these people if this happens. So let's just take the killing of
Reverence.
people
Reverence.
I'm
out
in
of
the
it. Give us a
forge.
chance.
In
Just
Right.
gonna cut
Fight.
some
Reverence.
and something.
These people are not
Gonna cut
fighting.
what?
If they were fighting, they wouldn't be there. That's one. Two, we are fighting on behalf of them. People die in war. It happens.
I
Oh,
just
So-
would have told you there wouldn't be anybody in the buildings.
So now,
Isn't there magical items they could have all?
here's the thing: if we are going to,
Isn't there
but
magical
Karis has
items they
been
could have all
trusting these
gotten like
mercenaries the
stores
entire
or stuff?
time.
Mhm.
I mean,
If
yeah,
they were
the
going to
shopping and
commit to
stuff that
mass
could have
murder
been
and
done,
just kill
but
people,
it's all
they
been
would have done
used,
it
all
already,
been
yeah?
I'm not worried about them committing mass
taken
murder like that. I'm
for
worried
military use.
About, I have a question.
You worried
DM.
about casualties
Yes,
of war?
DM is here.
Yes, but they're not casualties of war. They're casualties of this dickhead. Did she get names of the mercenaries?
No.
no.
Oh,
Okay.
please,
Tom,
because that would not have been dishonorable.
Why would I
Oh.
get named? No.
Because maybe he said we hired
Well, here's the thing.
Jeremy
That's
Johnson.
what I'm bringing to your attention.
Really, leave
right,
Jeremy
is
alone,
this-
yo.
you have a choice.
Sorry.
If you want to make sure that the people don't die but as a result of Bakaris's defense, then go evacuate them. But you're going to have to explain to them why they're leaving their home.
Gasoline.
And then if you explain it to them,
It's always
and
a
be
gas
honest,
leak.
because you're going to have to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Then
to
you
be
are
honest.
then you are betraying the defense that Bakaris has set up, which then in turn betrays the entire city
The
because the
defense
ash is
for
in the city.
who?
For the city.
But
It prevents an area from being taken over.
I understand that, but like,
Let me ask you a question,
there's-
Reverend. Remember when you lost your arm and got blown apart? Would you have rather your torso get blown apart?
My torso versus my arm is not
But
this
it-
person
it-
versus that person.
It is not, but it is the entire city versus a section of the city.
But it's not the entire city versus this section of
It
city.
would be if he's identified these areas and he does not seal them off, then the Ash and the Dragon Army can get into the city that way.
Mhm.
They have fortified the walls.
Mhm.
But if he's going to lose this section, they blow it, they can't get in that way. So would you have rather lost your torso or the arm?
Brain tumor? Remind me, have we had to sacrifice anything in our fights in
Yes.
this campaign?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, a
Yes.
lot.
Besides like my arm, because that's not a sacrifice.
and your kids.
I mean, a
And his
sacrifice.
beard.
No, a sacrifice. Knowing we were giving something up to achieve this thing.
The
Was that
whole
ever-
army.
The whole army.
The whole army that
Earl
was
said
We just sacrificed
sacrificing
Garrett
while
and his
we were
whole
trying
army
to get the
that
Dragonlance.
one.
to
No,
get
no,
to
no,
Kalaman
no.
and give them
Astral
time.
tried to sacrifice himself to get my egg back, and he knew he was doing that.
Mhm.
Like we sent
Mhm.
thousands of people to their like potential death just so we could go get the Dragonlance. Yeah,
We
there was
did.
a whole
That
army
was a
of
death
thousands
trip.
of
What we
people.
just went was a
Yeah.
suicide mission.
Yeah.
They knew that
And they
going
knew it was a
in,
suicide mission.
and they knew they
The
probably
difference
weren't getting
here
out of
is
that.
the soldiers knew what they were signing up for. The people in the city do not.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, that like with him
So I get
sacrificing
the-
himself, the soldiers, all of this. This is not like an like casualty of war. Like, oh, we lost like 10 civilians. Boo hoo. This is like these people are going to die.
When we were in Vogel, when
Quit
we were in
sighing
Vogel,
at me.
no, we were in
No,
Vogel.
I didn't notice.
Okay.
When we were in
There was
Vogler,
more.
we were fighting the Red Dragon Army in Vogler. We
There's
didn't
a lot of
die in
people.
Vogler saving all the people.
There's a lot of people. Yeah.
We left a lot of people in Vogler
There
to get on the
wasn't
boats and
anything
get
we
out of
could
there
do,
and come to
yeah. We had to
Kalaman.
make that. That's fair. We did have to make that choice.
Right, but I don't think we have to make this choice. I don't think I think that's a choice someone evil is making for us based on something they want to have happen, and it is not at all a safe
And I am
sane
not
thing
and I
to
am
do.
not arguing with you about that. What I am saying is the options are in front of you. If you go and get the people out of those areas so that they are not dying,
Mhm.
then you're going to have to share with them why you are moving them. And
Mhm.
you are not going to tell them a lie. You're going to tell them the truth,
Mhm.
which then is going to betray the defenses of the city.
I don't think it's a proper defense of the city, but I wouldn't tell them that anyway because go ahead, Sai.
I was just gonna say two thoughts. A possibility would be to set up a evacuation route with those people. Set up a hey, when you know things are going bad, you need to get out. Setting up like some type of a relay system, some type of something to get them out the moment things look bad. Evacuations are a very real thing, and even at that, evacuations are just a normal thing that you would expect to be, right? You'd expect those to be set up.
Mhm.
So you could have someone, yes, we don't know who the mercenary is, blah, 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 but at the same time, easily there should be somebody that would be able to kind of see what they think would be like, hey, this is a moment of turning. they could start an evacuation. Thing A, so that's important. Thing 2, Darrow.
Thing 2. Wow.
My very, very, very bestest of friends, sir. I want to believe in my heart that you would do your best to circulate rumors that there are certainly dragons on the way, but there's this really cool copper one that's on our side. I really just want to believe that.
I don't know why you would believe that.
Sure.
Darrow likes me, unlike Astral, that's why.
Astral likes you. He just doesn't trust you. Because you've lied to him every day since you met him.
On the final day.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, sounds good. You set up an evacuation routine for those areas. You just tell them
Just in case.
just enough
For all areas.
for all areas. Sure. So whatever your reasoning is, you set up an evacuation and
Yes. Not me, I don't lie.
you that's how you guys spend the last peaceful days that you will know for some time.
Absolutely.
The morning of the 10th day, a call goes out of a rider in the sky, some sort of dragon flying in towards the city. The defenses are prepared, but they say that the dragon is not flying any of the Red Dragon army colors. That they are, and there are 2 riders.
Huh?
There's 2 people on the dragon.
And I would offer immediately to try to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And I would offer to take probably Vendre with me, so that she could attempt to speak to them. I'd offer to take the governor with me if she thought she could handle that as well, because I could easily carry the 2 of them. And if there are 2 that they are supposed to be meeting, hopefully they can, we can figure out what's going on.
Okay, so you go running to try to make all of that happen.
Absolutely.
As you are doing that, you all emerge and on a broken stone buttress jutting from the ancient tower wall of the castle of Kalaman perches an exhausted dragonelle. Its coppery scales glimmering in the sunlight. 2 figures tend to the dragonelle. One in rugged leather, the other wearing the armor of a knight of Salamnia.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that's where we end this session. To return next week to the Day of Dread.
Oh, if it's Vitus, okay, we're okay. Everything's
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for this session. The next 3 sessions are going to be action-packed. This was the final
For
of
the
the
big fight.
real role-play sessions that are happening. So prepare yourselves for many, many, many dice rolls and death rolls, and
Come on,
it's
man.
going to be so great.
I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, everybody's going to be fine. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful.
Probably getting
So send your thoughts and well wishes and guidances and blesses and hastes and whatever else this party can gather, because they're going to need
for
it,
more fate dice.
as they have just enjoyed their last long rest. So until the next time, keep those candles burning.
We never did hit dice.
Yeah.
That is okay. We're actually just going to skip on past that.
No. But that'll be
No,
a
okay, all right,
next
all right.
week.
Next time we'll
That's
roll at the
fine.
beginning.
Everybody gets an axe.
Wouldn't that be nice?